Hi there, hi, good morning everyone. This is Liz Davis. I am a nutritionist and I specialise in digestive health for busy women. So I help busy women fix their IBS, bloating, reflux, painful digestion, any related hormone issues. I do this with state-of-the-art gut testing and one-to-one nutrition support, lifestyle support, and hormone testing if you need it, and then gently bring things nicely back into balance for you. So Candida then it's a term that's often bandied around, and it's quite often used when actually the problem is something either a lot bigger or something which is not Candida related at all, because quite often other strains of bacteria, parasites or whatever, which can be proliferating in the gut, can cause similar symptoms to a kind of well-known Candida symptoms. And as is often the way with these things and anything gut related, normally it's going to be a case of looking at the state of your gut health in its entirety, and trying to figure out what's actually giving rise to the overgrowth in the first place, and then allowing it to flourish as it is. So if you have got these kind of symptoms and you're trying to figure out where they're coming from, it can normally, stem from something like overuse of antibiotics, or maybe you've just been having to take antibiotics for a long time, or you've had, a reasonably short course of, with broad spectrum antibiotics. If you've been taking the pill, or you've got to take steroid medication, or, drinking lots of alcohol maybe, or eating lots of sugar, then all these kind of situations can give rise to having a bit of a yeast overgrowth. But as I say, it's always going to be looking at why the yeast is overgrowing in the first place. So there can be a whole host of different symptoms that you can get with Candida. So it can be stuff like having a lack of energy, feeling tired all the time, not being able to sleep properly, having very erratic moods, or sinusitis would be a big one. Sinus is often the cause of sinusitis or recurrent UTIs, that kind of thing. So the problems can be many and far-reaching. So if you're feeling tired a lot of the time, Candida can be the culprit, because it's certainly one of the causes of chronic fatigue, and that can be, a big sign that you've got Candida. Also, being in a bad mood, it can make you have very erratic moods, can make you feel anxious, it can make PMS symptoms much worse. Even mood swings, depression, that kind of thing can often be caused or aggravated, certainly, by having Candida. As I say, yes, recurrent UTIs and sinusitis, those kind of niggly infections that it's very hard to get rid of sometimes. It's hard to get to the bottom of. It can be the root cause there as well. So if you've got constant sort of postnasal drip or anything like that, it's worth looking into maybe whether Candida can be an issue for you. It's a big cause of digestive symptoms, so IBS symptoms such as diarrhea, constipation, bloating. Any of those symptoms sort of swinging about from one to the other can indicate Candida may be an issue. Brain fog is a big one. Most people with Candida are going to be complaining of brain fog. It's all down to the toxins that the Candida produces. If you're feeling like you've got, cotton wool between your ears, or you can't concentrate, or you keep losing your thread in conversations, can be, Candida causing these problems as well. Poor blood sugar control. If you feel like your blood sugar is going up and down, and you're getting very kind of shaky when you haven't eaten for a while, again, Candida can cause that as well. A big sign as well is if you can't tolerate any kind of fumes, so perfume smells or fumes from cigarettes or anything like that. It's because your liver is overloaded with toxins and it can't really cope with anything else. So that's a big sign that Candida can be at play there for you. So the best way to get on top of it certainly is going to be a big focus on diet. So taking out any foods that aggravate Candida, so lots of sugary foods or processed foods, high carb foods is what it feeds on, so it likes plenty of that. So if you take its food source away, it will start to die off. Be careful if you do start doing that though, because it can give you, even doing that can give you quite bad die-off symptoms as it's kind of exiting your system. This is why it's a good idea to do it under the supervision of someone who, you know, like a nutritionist or someone who can kind of guide you through it, and make sure you don't kind of start killing it off too quickly, because it can get quite nasty. And again, as I say, it's looking at the overall state of your gut to make sure that everything's functioning properly, your liver's functioning properly, so it can actually cope with the die-off when it happens. And then quite often we would have to use some kind of herbal antimicrobial to nix it. Again, it's a case of being quite strategic with this, because you don't want to be on the antimicrobials for too long, because they can damage your very delicate gut microbiome as well. So that's something that needs to be avoided. Okay, so that's a few clues that maybe Candida is an issue for you, and how you might want to go about tackling it yourself. As I say, I would be careful with it, because it can get quite nasty when it's dying off. It can make you feel quite ill with all the toxins it releases. So good idea to get in touch with a nutritionist or someone similar first before you decide to start doing that. Okay, I hope that helped you. If it did, then do like and share, and I shall see you next time. Okay, bye.